Hello there, welcome to part 4 of the mini video series on tapping. Now today we're going to be tapping for body image problems. You need to remember to take full responsibility for your own emotions and well-being throughout the tapping. And if you find yourself burping, yawning, crying, getting the giggles or shaking, that's a sign that you are releasing something, and that's good, so don't suppress it. You'll be able to download the tapping part of this as a PDF to print out, and it's also available, the whole thing is also available as an MP3 for you to download. And I am assuming that you have watched the quick how to tap video, and so you just need to start as usual by making some time and space available for yourself, glass of water, everything switched off and the door closed, and I'm just going to do a little bit of talking about body image problems because that's another biggie for sure, and it's like bullying, it's another biggie, and actually it is a lot like bullying, except this time, instead of someone else calling you names, you're calling yourself names. You're bullying yourself. You are both bully and victim, and if you know that internal critical dialogue, then you know that actually you are probably 100 times harder on yourself than anyone else could ever be. And you know how to criticize, so it really hurts. You know exactly where to aim the arrows. So you have this internal voice that is constantly criticizing some part of yourself and always comparing you to an often unrealistic and retouched image of perfection and beauty that you see in the media. And it makes you feel miserable, and it starts to run your life. You know, because you think that your toes are ugly, you don't wear sandals, even when it's a heat wave, you'll be in trainers. You think your knees are wonky, so you don't wear shorts. You don't like your ears, so you have to wear your hair long. And slowly but surely, you begin to limit yourself in what you can do, what you can participate in, as well as what you can wear. And you focus all of your energy on this particular body part that you don't like, so that when you look in the mirror, you see only that one imperfection, and you give no credence or attention to the other 99% of you that in reality is an absolutely stunning piece of God-given engineering and beauty, an absolutely one-off, unique, never to be seen again on this planet miracle. So the Tibetans believe that to get born into a human body and to have this body as your playing piece in life, the chances of that happening is similar to if you imagine a life vest ring thing, 2 meters wide, floating and bobbing about on the surface of the vast ocean surface, and one dolphin from just one pod of dolphins coming up for air inside that space. That's how utterly unique it is to have a body. Now that might be a load of twaddle, of course, but it's not a bad perspective to have to help you learn to appreciate how incredible your body actually is, and all the amazing stuff your body just does all the time with no input from you whatsoever. You know, it breathes, regulates your temperature, it reminds you to drink when it needs water, it renews itself all the time, expels toxins, etc., etc., etc. And it's phenomenal. You know, all the stuff your body does. And what do you do in turn? You criticize it. Now, of course, you might actually have something really spectacularly wrong with your body. You might have an illness or a disability, or there's a part of your body that doesn't work as intended, in which case I'll cut you some slack. But I'm talking to all the rest of you who know that actually your body is an incredible beast of burden. You know, it walks you around, it runs you to the shop, it reaches great heights for you, it smells the hot chocolate, and it tastes the yummy food, and it feels the desire for someone you love. All really good feelings, yes? And still, you choose to focus on the one part of you that you perceive to be not as good as a supermodel's. And I know how that feels. I've been there and I've got the t-shirt. So let's see if we can shift that. Let's see if we can change it a bit and loosen up the belief. before we do that, let me just clarify that the tapping today is not if you have something seriously wrong with your body, some disfigurement, illness. I can help you with that, but that's not what this tapping is about today. This tapping is for that distortion that so many of us sadly suffer with, where we have body image problems around a body part that is completely within the normal human range. But we've decided that because our second toe is longer than our big toe, that means we should never be seen in public. We should probably have surgery, and we get obsessed with it. You know, we start scanning other people's feet and go, oh, look, see, I'm a freak. That person has normal toes. So if you recognize yourself in that, you're going to enjoy this tapping. So as usual, time and space, I think I've said that. About 20 minutes, close the door, glass of water. Both your feet on the ground, get yourself comfortable, and let's take a couple of deep clearing breaths. In through your nose. And out through your mouth. Shrug your shoulders up tight. And release them again. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, and maybe roll your shoulders back a few times. Okay, so I want you to close your eyes if that's comfortable and tune into your body. And it might be easier if you imagine yourself in front of a mirror, just as you're dressed today. Just stand there in front of a full-length mirror and look at yourself and consider your body and listen to your own internal dialogue. So what are you criticizing about your body? What do you see that's wrong? Is it your belly? Is it the size of your nose? Is it your bottom? Is it your boobs? Are your eyebrows wonky? And then I want you to get a feel for how wrong that part is. Like, is it a totally 10 out of 10 wrong? Or maybe a 7 out of 10? Is there any self-blame attached to it? You know, maybe if I did some exercise, or maybe if I didn't eat popcorn, or whatever, and there's, you know, you blame yourself and you feel ashamed around your own behaviour. What do you feel when you see that part of yourself? Do you see, you know, do you feel disgust, self-pity, hatred, blame, shame? So I want you to just make a note of your number out of 10. 10 being the highest, 0 being nothing, and your main emotion. And also, if you can feel that emotion in your body somewhere. You know, sometimes it's really specific, like, yeah, I feel sick to the stomach. And so you know exactly where you feel it, and that's useful to follow when we do the tapping. So make a note of that. Okay, ready to go. You know the format by now. Karate chop point and repeat after me, and feel free to, you know, insert the right words for it, because I'm doing it. I'm doing a general tap. And I'm just using words that I have heard again and again in my private practice. But you are unique, and your suffering around this will be unique, so use your own words. Okay, let's go. So tapping on the karate chop point. Even though I have this body and it is far from perfect. It is far from perfect, and there are things wrong with it. I am still me, and I try to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I really, really don't like this part of my body. In fact, I hate it and think it's disgusting. I accept who I am and how I feel about this. Even though this is my body, and I am far from happy about it. There are so many things wrong with it, and I'm not even sure I want this body. I'm willing to try and love myself and my body just a little more than I do now. Okay, so go up to the inside of the eyebrow, at that point there. There it is. And the outside. My body. Under the eye. It's always been my body. Under the nose. I never used to pay much attention to it. On the chin. It just was. On the collarbone. I wonder when I started really noticing it. Under the arm. And noticing what was wrong with it. Top of the head. And being really unhappy about that. Inside of the eye. I reject parts of my body. Outside of the eye. I somehow learnt to reject and hate parts of myself. Under the eye. My body used to be just part of me. Under the nose. Didn't even occur to me to criticise it. On the chin. But I've learnt, and it was a shock. On the collarbone. That bodies can let you down. Under the arm. That they can be insulted. Top of the head. Laughed at and criticised. Okay, back to the inside of the eyebrow. Just not perfect. Outside of the eye. Not even close. Under the eye. I really don't like this body or this part of my body. Under the nose. It's just not good enough. On the chin. It is not the body I really want. On the collarbone. I've tried to fix it. Under the arm. I've tried to change it. On top of the head. It's caused me so much agony and suffering. Okay, so for this round, really vent your spleen, let it all hang out, because tapping is a clearing technique. This is not about affirming something, this is about clearing it. So inside of the eyebrow, I really hate it, this part of me. Outside of the eye, it's disgusting. Under the eye, I will never accept it, ever. Under the nose, I refuse. On the chin, everybody else will always hate it too. On the collarbone. And they're right. Under the arm, it's disgusting. Top of the head, they should hate it, and so should I. Okay, I want you to take a deep breath now. So that was pretty harsh, and remember, we're just trying to loosen the grip of these beliefs about ourselves. It's a clearing technique. So feel into your body again, and the dislike you have of that certain part of yourself, the disgust or whatever it was. So whatever the feeling was before and the number you gave it, has the intensity lessened? Has the number come down? If it hasn't, as always, rewind, do this round of tapping again, making sure that you replace my words with more specific words of your own. The words that you use to criticise and beat yourself up with. But I'm going to assume that your number has come down a little and that the intensity has lessened. So we're going to just tap through the points. So the inside of the eyebrow now. It feels so insecure being me in this body. Outside of the eye. It feels out of control and scary. Under the eye. Vulnerable to judgments. Under the nose. Exposed to other people's opinions. On the chin. I feel ashamed that I don't have a perfect body like a model. On the collarbone. I feel weak and exposed and scared. Under the arm. All this emotion running in me. On top of the head. All focused on my body. Okay, back to the inside of the eyebrow. I feel sad, upset, and unsafe. Outside of the eye. I don't want to feel all these negative emotions. Under the eye. Directed at my own body. Under the nose. My body works hard for me all the time. On the chin. Without much recognition or thanks from me. On the collarbone, I'm just going to honour and accept myself and my body right now. Under the arm. And maybe there are things about my body that I wish were different. Top of the head. But the truth is, I am alive and this is my body. Inside of the eyebrow. And I like being alive. Outside of the eye. I appreciate being able to smell the grass after rain. Under the eye. I love using my hands to touch soft and nice things. Under the eye, under the nose. I love looking with my eyes. Hey, maybe only at the telly, but I love that I can see. On the chin. I'm glad I have a body. On the collarbone. I am so open to lightening this up. Under the arm. Letting my harsh judgment go. Top of the head. Easing up on the criticisms. And stay on top of the head. And maybe start appreciating all that's good about my body. Okay, so take a deep breath. And just become present again. And check in with your number and your feelings. So we're going to do a final round and we're going to introduce some positives. And with this work, I'm going to recommend that you set the intention of being really aware of your own internal criticism of your body in the weeks to come. Really notice when you do it, because it's most likely become a habit for you. And the way to change a habit is to realise that you're doing it. Because then you have the choice to change the way you think and the choice to tap as many times as you like. So let's do a last round in this course. It's been great doing this with you. So let's tap on the karate chop point. Even though I have this body and it isn't perfect, I'm open to the possibility that I can love and accept myself anyway. Even though perfect probably doesn't exist. And I've been blaming my body and hating myself. I'm willing to ease up a bit and just see that there is a part of me that's really hypercritical and over the top as far as my body is concerned. And one more on the karate chop point. Even though there's a part of me that criticizes me first, maybe to protect myself. If I hate myself first, I'm less vulnerable. The truth is, I am whole and alive and in this body in this moment. And so the inside of the eyebrow, the truth is, I'm alive. Outside, I am glad to have a body. Under the eye, I honour all that my body does for me without me even noticing. Under the nose, some of it is pretty miraculous and clever. On the chin, and I want to be alive, and this is my body. On the collarbone, I'm open to feeling good about my body. Under the arm, I'm whole and I'm alive. Top of the head, I'm vibrant and powerful. Inside of the eye, I wonder if I could be kinder to myself. Outside of the eye, I wonder if I could pretend to look back at myself as if I was on another planet. Under the eye, I wonder if my so-called imperfections would look very big then. Under the nose, or seem very important compared to all the fun I could have if I let go of worrying about my looks. On the chin, I choose to love and accept all of me and all of my body. On the collarbone, and I choose to feel at peace with who I am. Under the arm, and I forgive my body for not being perfect. And top of the head, and I forgive the world and myself for thinking that it should be. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, and smile. Now I hope you feel a lot better about yourself and your body. You'll be able to download this as a PDF, so you can tap some more. And remember, there's only one way of getting tapping wrong, and that's not tapping at all. Thanks for doing this video course, and do tell your friends about it if you found it useful, and keep checking the website. I will be putting out more free stuff for you to tap on. So that's it. That's the end of your course. I hope you got a lot from that. Bye.